Oh hey, what's going on everybody? It's Adrian Hunter from over here at Pipe Dream Hookah, and today I want to finish up this Amir series of tobacco reviews and bowl packing tutorials I've had for you guys, and we're going to end it with the Amir gum with mint. Now if you're not familiar with how we pack this stuff or anything like that, I have a link down below. Maybe I'll do like an info card in the video if I can remember to. But it's just going to be a packing method for this tobacco, and if you want to know what type of bowl I've got it packed into, it's going to be the Hookah John 80 feet bowl. This is the 3rd generation, I believe. And I go ahead and pack this into both a funnel and Egyptian style bowl. So if you check out that video, you'll know exactly how we packed it in our bowl today. Now as usual, we're going to judge this flavor off of the scent, the cloud content, the flavor, and a few other factors that go into how this tobacco performs. And as usual, we're going to go ahead and start with the scent of the tobacco. Okay, so what we're picking up as soon as we open it up is going to be a spearmint flavor. If you've ever chewed like a spearmint gum, that's going to be exactly what this smells like. Hold for this really light undertone. And if you watched the review I did of the Berry Splash by the same brand, I was talking about this slightly chemically type of a flavor on the undertone of the flavor profile as well as in the scent of the tobacco. That same type of scent is present here. That may be somewhat of a motif throughout all of the Amir flavors. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried too many of the flavors, so I can't really make that judgment call just yet. But other than that really light chemical note, it's going to pretty much smell like spearmint gum. So let's go ahead and move on into everyone's favorite thing and check out the cloud content. Alright, so the clouds were pretty good. The clouds for the Amir Berry Splash were also very good. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and say that this brand does produce pretty awesome clouds. That is to be expected for most of our modern shisha tobaccos. But this one's going to be no exception, and I think that this produces clouds that are even a little bit better than some of the other Middle Eastern style tobaccos that we have in the market today. But now we're going to move on to the most important thing when we're critically analyzing any shisha tobacco, and that's going to be the flavor profile. As usual, we're going to do it on both the inhale and the exhale because I find that the flavor profiles between the two tend to differ just a little bit. Let's start with the inhale. Alright, so this tobacco is going to do a great job of translating the scent of the tobacco into the actual flavor profile. The mint is going to be extremely pronounced on the inhale, and that gum flavor is going to be present in pretty much both the background and the foreground of the flavor. You're going to notice both flavors pretty prominently. It is going to be very cold. The way that it actually translates the artificial flavor that I was talking about in the scent, so I guess it would be the artificial scent, not the artificial flavor, but that is going to be present to a lesser extent. The mint kind of does a really good job of covering that up, but that's something to maybe keep in mind moving forward with Amir. I have noticed that that is kind of a repeating thing from tobacco to tobacco, so that's just important to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and move on to the exhale. Okay, so on the exhale, not really much changes. What's really going to happen is you're going to get a little bit more of that artificial flavor, which again, this is very similar to the Amir Berry Splash flavor for that reason. And it's not going to be unpleasant or anything, it's just not going to necessarily taste natural, although I don't know how natural you're expecting a gum mint flavor to actually taste, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. The cooling is going to come down quite a bit, and you're also going to get more of that gum flavor on the exhale as well. So as far as the flavor profile goes, it really is a gum mint flavor, so that is solid. It's definitely going to get points for being true to the name of the tobacco. Alright, so now really quick, just before I wrap this video up and give it a rating, I just want to dive into a few key things that go into the performance of this tobacco. We did go over these same things in the Berry Splash review, but I'm just going to repeat them here, just in case you didn't see that review or you need a refresher. Like I said, that chemical kind of a scent and chemically taste is going to be present. It's not the most prominent flavor profile or scent profile. It's going to be in the background, but it's kind of the flavor of Amir tobacco so far, so that's really important to keep in mind. Now as far as how this stuff takes heat, not very well. If you put too much heat onto it too fast, it's going to burn. You're not going to be able to save your bowl. You're going to have to dump it and try again. So that's pretty important to keep in mind. And so far in smoking Amir, I haven't been able to get it to go 2 rounds of coals at all. That second round you're just smoking ash, which is obviously really bad. So it's not really going to get a lot of points on the longevity department. And I did already say this, but I just want to reiterate the flavor strength is extremely potent. You're going to get a really strong gum with mint flavor with this stuff. So that's just awesome. let's go ahead and take all those things that we were just talking to into account and rate this stuff. I'm going to rate this just like I did with the Berry Splash, a solid 5 out of 7. It's not going to go any lower because hold for the heat sensitivity issue that I did have at the beginning of testing this tobacco out, it's going to perform pretty well. As long as you get the heat just right, it's going to go for a good 45 minutes to an hour with a really strong flavor profile. Like I said, it's just going to start to char when you do that second round of coals. And the flavor profile is very accurate. It's going to be a gum mint flavor, so obviously we can't let it dip below a 5 out of 7 because it's extremely accurate. The reason it's not going to go above a 5 out of 7 is because the opposite of the reason it doesn't go below. You can't smoke it for 2 rounds of coals, which to me is kind of an issue. I don't like to smoke any bowl for just 45 minutes if I can get away with 2 rounds of coals. I like to try to do that. I do a lot of work here in this room editing videos and stuff, so I tend to go 2 rounds on any bowl of given tobacco. So that's something that I really look at when I'm rating a tobacco. And then that chemical taste, like I said, it's not bad, but it's definitely something that could be off-putting to certain people, and if that's not what you're into, I think you have to pass on this tobacco as a brand. So if you're really not into smoking tobacco with a little bit of a chemical scent and a chemical flavor, like I said, it's not prominent, but it's definitely there, you might want to try avoiding this stuff. If you've ever had Alfacker's Mango, the chemical taste in that is very similar to what I'm getting with this tobacco so far. Oh, really quick before I let you guys off the hook, I'll let you know where you can pick this stuff up if you're interested. I actually got this from 5 Star Hookah. They sent it out to me to do some testing and giving you guys reviews on it and all that good stuff. And one of the biggest reasons I would recommend you buy it from 5 Star Hookah is my promo code. That's going to be PIPED15, PIPED15, and that'll get you 15% off your entire 5 Star Hookah order, excluding what's already on sale, because they can't be giving you guys stuff away for free. And that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, happy smoking.